Hello friends, family and other creatures of the sea, and welcome back to a high-level game of StarCraft 2. Today we have MaNa here in the top left, spotting on Agressive as our red Protoss player, and in the bottom right in the orange color, also playing for Team Liquid, it is Kelazhur, one of the two Terran players for TL as well. They switched the names around. I had such a blast watching MaNa play against Gumiho the other day that I decided, you know what, if there's any MaNa replays that I can get my hands on, or that I still have in one of my many replay folders, I want to have a look at them. And I figured, you know what, MaNa versus Kelazhur, surely that's going to be entertaining. And MaNa is, I kind of been overlooking MaNa as of late. Like, he's one of those players that's been around for such a long time. And whenever I watch his games, it's literally always entertaining. I'm always having a good time. I'm always learning something new. Not necessarily something that I want to copy, but something's like, holy crap, never thought about it like that before. It just is a different way of thinking about the game, decision-making wise. Opened up here with, I think this was a 21 core or something like this. A slightly different opener than you usually see. Not entirely sure what it does, but I sure am interested to hear about it. This is a double gas opener from Kelazhur. 2-1 into gas. So the moment you scout this as a Protoss player, right, you're here in the main base, you're seeing these guys pull out of gas, you know it's going to be a 2-base play. It's not going to be a 1-base all-in. So that's already a pretty darn big tell here. It's nice to know that it's not going to be some type of Thor drop all-in or armory mine drop into Thor. Okay, here comes our proxy pylon. MaNa delivering as always. As his third pylon is indeed going to be a proxy. Tech might be delayed here. Ooh! It's chrono out that warp gate, so seems to be going for a bit of a 3-gate rush here. Nice, I love myself a good Stalker or Adept rush going across the map. Now this Hellion is going to come out fast. We have a second Reaper into a reactor. Low ground CC. Is this Reaper going to scout around? Doesn't quite seem to be the case. I mean, seems to me like that would be free to do, right? Just poking around, seeing if there's anything, you know, near your base. You need to wait for that second Hellion anyway, but Kelazhur just left it at home as the third depot starts. Mine is on the way, so mine drop will be the follow-up. Let's see what MaNa's plans are going to be. Proxy gateway indeed. We have a battery going up in the main base. Battery probably should be going down in the natural soon as well, as it's a non-tech build order for now. Adept on the high ground is going to deal with these two Reapers. Well, is he going to deal with it, or are these two Reapers going to deal with those probes? I am not so sure right now. Nice little split of her here initially, making sure that there's not too much splash damage. 3 workers will end up falling as another chrono boost gets used here on the warp gate, and that does get spotted by Kelazhur. Kelazhur right now, whose CC is about to finish up, probably wants to throw down a tech lab immediately on this factory, go into either a Cyclone or a tank, and I wouldn't even mind seeing a bunker going down on the low ground as well. Yep, there we go. It's a little bit late, but most likely still in time, as every single unit that MaNa owns is now marching across the map and might even try and fight this little mine over here. That mine is not going to fire. This mine is going to fire, and ooh, it's actually pretty tight here. Pretty tight indeed. As this bad boy will die. We still have these two Adepts in this position trying to deal some damage. Here comes a repair on this mine. As MaNa's going to try and trigger it. Look at this. Does he move in the correct timing? No! Goes too quick. Could be a lift on this mine. Kelazhur not fast enough with it. This bunker is not going to go up either. That means that there's really no defensive units right now for Kelazhur. MaNa 4 minutes and 20 seconds into the game here. Already knocking on Kelaz's door. And Kelazhur doesn't want to open because he doesn't like what he sees through his camera doorbell right now. He's like, uh-oh, this is trouble right here. This is trouble indeed. Bunker's going to get taken out. Cyclone lock-on will not continue. Oh, perhaps a snipe on the medevac is a possibility. Tank follow-up unit here for Kelazhur with another run already queued up as well. 35 workers to 30. No pro production really behind this. MaNa dropping the ball when it comes to the macro, but some fantastic control here once again. Aggressive game, aggressive build order. This is the MaNa that we know, and he might just be taking out this orbital command here. I think that Kelazhur will need to work hard to keep this one alive, as if he's being pulled down right now, and there goes the base. Kelazhur too slow to realize what was going down. As what was going down was indeed his command center. Banshee has a follow-up. Kelazhur is staying in the game, needs to drop this depot, and he's in a world of trouble. He is... I don't want to say dead, but he is in a... Yeah, he's pretty close to death, you know? He's definitely in the hospital, and he hasn't waken up in a while. This is not looking good here for our orange Terran player. Second tank is out. He's gonna move out. That is adventurous. Ooh. We'll take out 2 adepts for free though. Triple Stalkers get warped in here. 38 workers to 30. Cloak is being researched and this Banshee achieves absolutely nothing. These tanks slowly but surely moving forward. Take out another Stalker. There's actually pretty big damage here. Cyclone will die good control in the end here out of mana. Of course, with Blink coming in, there's also the possibility of just killing the opponent somewhere in the near future. If MaNa pokes in, he might just take another shot straight to the face. It's pretty dangerous. He is in tank range, at least of 1 tank, but not within vision range. Stalker warp in here could end the lives of these Marines. It's the second Banshee. Oh, first Banshee goes down, falls in the water. We see its remains sink to the bottom. As the second Banshee is on the way with Cloak still not done yet, by the way. It does take a pretty long time. Blink is here now. And with Blink arriving, I think the question is going to be, what will MaNa do with it? 77 supply to 59. Can he make this game a more even game? Because I think MaNa will need to do that. If Kelazhur wants to win, he needs MaNa to make some big mistakes. And one of these mistakes could be coming here. This Banshee does not get spotted. Goes in towards the natural. Battery is not completely in range of all of these probes. So that's going to cost him maybe, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 probes? Whatever it's going to be. Oh, here comes the Cloak. And maybe Banshee stays alive. Ugh. Close call. Very close call. Might try to jump down here. Go for the kill. Go for the kill. Go for the kill. Will not quite get it. As the Banshee moves into safety. MaNa massively supply block here. Flowing a fair chunk of money as well. Double pylons going down. No more probes are being produced. And charge is halfway finished as well here. Banshee will end up falling as MaNa continues his aggressive streak now across the map. Third base, 46 out of 71. Third base for Kelazhur hasn't started yet. Stim just now starting. +1 starting in a couple of seconds. MaNa in a massive, massive supply lead. And he says, hey, I want to finish this game quickly. I'm going to throw down the Templar Archives. Maybe go up to 4 gases here even is something that I wouldn't mind. Higher gate count and a prism, moving across the map and just straight up winning the game. Right now there's 4 gateways. We have, how many is this? 5 more on the way? 5 more on the way from what I can see. So it's going to be 9 gateways. I could have just seen that in a production tab. Would have been easier than counting manually, but you live, you learn. This gateway, of course, unpowered or depowered. And could actually power it. With either a prism or another pylon. Wouldn't mind that. Ooh, the third Banshee. Coming out of the left field there. Taking out 6 kills. That's actually more damage than the other 2 Banshees did combined. It's going to go up to 8. Maybe even 9 kills. That is a significant amount of damage. Shoots the Immortal as well, activating its shield. We have 3 Templars being warped in. Forward gas indeed is here. Look how much energy there is on those Nexi. That is a lot of Chrono Boost energy, but what do you really want to use it on right now? There are no upgrades, there's no Colossi that you're building, there's no Immortals you're trying to poop out at a high pace. Maybe just Chrono Boost gateways and produce as many units as you can. Is that going to be the plan here? I think it might be. Kelazhur is playing a very patient game. Is this the 4th Banshee that he has? That is indeed the 4th Banshee. This one already has 3 kills, by the way. Not quite sure how that happened. Don't ask, don't tell. Might actually go in and kill a little bit more. So we now, ooh, this is a prism catcher. So the mine and a couple of shots of a Marine will take care of that prism. So now we have more mine production coming in out of Kelazhur, who has 4 tanks. It's playing a very, very passive game. MaNa is itching to pull the trigger here on his opponent. Shoot him down. He's ready with that prism. He's ready with those Stalkers to catch him wherever he comes from. Banshee goes in towards the natural. We'll get a couple of kills. This bad boy didn't get any extra kills. He pulls something out of position. 2 go down. Good feedback there. And this Banshee will indeed fall. No, will survive with very little HP. These Stalkers are going to get pushed back. Do we see a tank die? Well, no, definitely not. CC should and could land at this point. Upgrades actually heavily in favor of Kelazhur with soon... Well, just +1 against 0-0, but it's weird because so little has happened in the past. We have another supply block here out of MaNa, who's continuing Immortal production, has a couple of Templars ready as well. Where are they? Oh, they're actually in this prism. Can't he just kill his opponent now? I mean, there's no Ghost, there's no Vikings, there's nothing to deal with this prism. I think MaNa wants to harass with this, but I wouldn't mind if MaNa goes for a kill with this. And now he's indeed setting up for this. Zealots are charging forward. Mine spread is looking very solid. Where's that army of MaNas? Ooh, Stalker's coming in for a flank. That's a first. Here comes a storm. That's a big storm. Kills a lot of those Marines. Another storm. That's a pretty big storm as well. There's still one, maybe two storms available. Oh no, is that the second command center that we're going to see fall here in this game? Tanks are helping out, but it's not going to be enough. And Kelazhur still hanging on in this game by a thread. But it's a very, very thin thread at this point. Even smaller than a thread. If there's a line that is thinner than a thread, then that is what Kelazhur is hanging on by. Practically invisible for the human eye. Actually, sometimes these invisible lines, they're quite strong. And the ones they use in movies, you know, like fish lines are also quite powerful. They're very, very tiny. They carry big fish often. No, you don't want them to break. No turret in the natural. It means that we're going to have a storm drop here. Ooh, on top of these SCVs. Not quite going to get the connections that he wants. I think he killed 2 workers there with 2 storms. That is 75 energy per SCV. That's not brilliant. Triple ghosts are on the way. I wonder if MaNa is going to ever give up this position. He says, no, I have an aggressive spot here. I'm going to just attack into you again and again and again and again. Here comes the Zealot flank a little bit early. Usually a flank is synchronized with the main army move out. Prism will fall. 88 supply against 89. Tech-wise, I mean, Colossi are coming out, so Vikings are going to be something that will need to be produced, and we see Kelazhur actually doing this, but Kelazhur is staying alive. Has a third base once more. MaNa's worker count at 68. God, this is a fantastic game. This is actually a fabulous game over here. Ooh. Uh-oh. This is a doom drop. This is absolutely a doom drop. And it might even work. This Banshee in cloak mode is spotting this area, making sure there are no pylons around, and also indirectly confirming that there's no observer, because otherwise this would be killed by Stalkers. So a really smart move here out of Kelazhur. This is brilliant. What a smart way to clear this area from observers. Now an observer is going to show up. MaNa won't be in position, but a recall will help him out with that, of course. Recall does get utilized. Is there blink already? Yes, there is. 2 more forges. This is triple upgrade MaNa over here. Oh, this is something you don't see every single day. Banshee coming in, trying to snipe some of these Templar. Look at this. Might even get one if he... No! If he would have targeted. It was like, yeah, it is what it is. Could have gotten one for sure. So it was slightly out of battery range before. Now, double Zealot run by is being set up. +2 is halfway done here for Kelazhur. And we see MaNa transitioning into a Stargate. MaNa is already in the late game. Like he's ready to go, you know. He's ready to make this a 38-minute game. Kelazhur, I think, is a little more set on finishing this in the next 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 seconds. I think he's going to max out. He's going to hit +2, maybe build a 4th base behind it, and then call it a day, because he just does not have the eco. 47 workers to 77, but his army is huge. He has a very diverse army, which I think is good as well. Like, you have these tanks in there, creating a very powerful backbone against higher Stalker numbers, against Colossi as well, of course. There's not that many Archons. There's no real secondary splash that can't get EMP'd. Like, these Templar will most likely just get EMP'd. There's also too many Marauders and Ghosts for it to really be worth it. Well, actually, Marine count still somewhat high. I'm surprised by that. Okay, never mind. Marine count is very high still. And upgrades are going to be somewhat favorable here as well, I think, for Kelazhur. So this max out will have more supply, arguably a better army comp, and better upgrades. There's of course a thing such as Defender's Advantage, and there's a way bigger bang for MaNa with a lot of infrastructure behind it. I think I saw 2 more Robos go down, so it's going to be 4 Robos, 10 Gateways, 2 Stargates or so. So ideally MaNa fights a little bit on the side of his opponent right now, and this is not the type of fight that I'm talking about, with 5 Zealots just, you know, giving up their life for ire. 5th base on the way, 85 workers. Kelazhur staying on such a low low worker count. I think this is move out time. I absolutely believe this to be move out time. 111 upgrades against 2-1. Maxed army, 151 army supply against 107. And here comes Kelazhur. Disruptors are not in position yet and will not be out for a while. Templar need to be spread perfectly here for MaNa to have something of a chance to defend this, because this is just a huge army and it's a superior army as well. Okay, here we go. First storm. Is it going to be good? Is it going to be perfect? Is it everything that we want? 1, 2, 3. No. Yes. Meh. No. 2 ghosts do get feedback. There comes another storm and a feedback. Really nice play here out of MaNa, making sure his opponent can just march in. One more storm is available, but does get sniped here. How many Templar do we have left? I see 2 full HP Templar. That's a good storm right on top of that army. There's one more storm available. Oh, EMP is going to connect though. And now come the Disruptors in. Trying and join this party. Will connect with a couple of Marauders. This one will connect with a mine at least. Kelazhur still maxed out, but a lot of that is now in production. Tanks are sieging up at a distance, pretty much shutting off this left side area, saying, hey, if you want to attack into me right now, that's possible, but you'll need to attack into tanks. If you want to defend your base, you'll need to attack into my tanks. These mines are behind, these Vikings are well spread out, upgrades are continuing here for Kelazhur, and indeed that fort base as well. I wouldn't have minded seeing a Zealot run by here. Disruptors moving forward. How many Disruptors have gone down already? I think 2. Yep, there we go. Now this army gets split off, and this will force MaNa to attack into this or give up not only his fort, but also his 5th base. And then you're on 82 or 75 workers, however many you're going to have left, versus a player that is on a similar amount. You're pretty much equaling out the game here. And that is not what MaNa wants, obviously. I'm not sure if Kelazhur is aware of this bottom base. No, he isn't. That's really unfortunate, actually. Oh, tank will fall. That is also quite unfortunate. For Kelazhur, that is. Vikings just kind of scouting forward. There's a lot of Disruptors out right now, though. 7 Disruptors to be exact. 1 shot goes down. This position could even be supplemented with a couple of Liberators. Even if they don't have upgrades yet, like advanced ballistics, it makes this spot so much harder to break. Without a counterattack, I actually think MaNa might be in a bit of trouble. He sees the fort base now and, goes in for a flank. I'd much prefer a counterattack, because you can't engage into this position with this many Disruptors. I don't think you can. What you can do is hold your own position with the help of the Disruptors while you're counterattacking with your Zealots. That was a nice storm there on a lot of Marines. Will not quite end up working out though. Yep, there go these Zealots pretty much taken out. 1 ghost will fall. A bunch of Marines also will die. Oh, here comes the move forward out of MaNa. Is this going to be a good enough fight? Vikings in the air dealing so much damage, but I do believe that MaNa has done it indeed. Oi, oi, oi. Beautiful stuff here. Though perhaps the correct call after all. What a back and forth game though, despite the insanely good start here for MaNa. This feels like it's ping-pong between these 2 players. Yet. Yes, MaNa always kept the lead, but at certain points it did feel like Kelazhur was pretty close to a comeback. Oh. That is, I guess, the replacement 5th base or the replacement 4th base. As now the immortal count is extremely high, and yeah, the bank here is just going to come through in a clutch way. 4th base is up, but Colossi is taking out all of those SCVs there. Perhaps Kelazhur has 1 more fight in him, but no real way to deal with a high Disruptor count anymore. Without the tanks, without any Liberators available. You get a big blink forward. Mines are going to be cleaned up as well. Good snipes here on 2 Disruptors is going to help out, but the army supply pretty much still tells the tale. 91 to 70, and the overall supply also tells the tale, and the bank tells the tale. A lot of different things here are telling the tale. We have a lot of storytellers in this game, apparently. 27 more SCVs will go down. Triple upgrades still being researched behind this for MaNa. Still has that fleet beacon available. Still has that double Stargate, I think it is. Yep, double Stargate. The +1 on air has finished as well. Yeah, so carrier production is also completely viable. Tempest, Mothership, anything you want basically can be constructed here. MaNa has the cash available, but he's just gonna go for the throat here with a massive gateway Disruptor army. GG gets called. MaNa wins the game, even gets the GG in before Kelazhur leaves. So that is absolutely a massive win. It's a mental victory as well. And that, my dear friends, is going to be it for me and for you as well today, because that's the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy this game. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And we'll be back with more high-level videos tomorrow. Adieu.